I knew if we won the game, we got 3 points, we will finish top 10. And I had quite a large bonus. And I told Matt, if you win us this game, Matt, I will buy you a case of Malibu and a case of Coca-Cola.
Welcome back. Thank you. Welcome to another edition of Early Doors.
Nice shirt.
Thank you, Matt. I'm Tom Deacon. This is Matt Latis, and hey, you're looking well. You moisturiser?
Yeah. Always.
Yeah. You looking good? You're refreshed? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Oh, brilliant. Well, yeah, I thought I'd wear the shirt. I wore it ages ago when I was running in Singapore, but the team said they didn't want to see that video of me sweating and barely making it to the end of the 5K track. So, yeah, that's why we've
only
not used
5Ks.
Yeah, I was struggling, but that's not important. That's not why we're here today. We are back on Early Doors because we've got another brilliant show for you. And we're coming to you from Level 1. Look at that.
What a place.
What a place. Brilliant. If you need time to refuel, this is the place for you. And I'm looking over at a sign, which you can't see, but it's over there. Balloons are here, mini golf. Do you fancy taking me on the Level 1 challenge later on? Yeah, that's coming up on the show later on. Plus, get ready for this. Who is our big guest for today, Matt?
Today, we are joined by the magnificent Norwegian centre-back and a very good friend of mine, Mr. Claus Lundekvam.
Cannot wait. That's
what a servant to this football club.
Yes, and that's important. Great servant for the club. Can't wait to get him on the show. And as I say, we'll be facing off, and it's, again, not important about who's winning in the Level 1 challenge. It's about myself and you playing. But
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's nice to win, though, isn't it?
Yeah, unbelievable. Listen, right, Claus is going to be on the show. I cannot wait. We're up for this. I hope you're ready as well. So without further ado, should we take a quick break? And then when we come back, we'll get Claus on?
Shall we?
Yeah. Claus!
Okay. So, what are we doing tonight? What do you think, Paul? I'll take you all down.
Nah, let's do racing sims instead. Way better idea. Bro, no. If you want to do sims, golf sims are epic.
And here comes the power move. Let's do it all at Level 1.
Battling over where to go. Hit Level 1 at St Mary's Stadium for American pool, racing sims, AR darts, golf sims, clay shot and way more, all under one roof. Book your squad in at level1.co.uk. Level 1. Game on.
All right, we have been looking forward to this one for a long time. Myself personally, Matt, really looking forward to having this guest on because growing up, he was the centre-back pairing, which I absolutely adored. Our guest today made 413 appearances for Saints. He played for the club from 1996 until 2008. And he scored, wait for it, twice. It could only be one man, Claus Lundekvam! Claus, welcome to Early Doors. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Really nice to see you both. And was really nice, heartwarming welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, I felt it was a little cheeky when I said about scoring twice. And I did have a look at Klaus's face there. And he seemed okay. He did take his glasses off. I knew it's business time now. Is that a good idea to annoy Claus early doors? He wasn't the player to annoy, was he?
No, he was all right. He's pretty laid back off the pitch, to be honest.
Okay.
In fact, he was pretty laid back on it.
Sorry.
He never panicked. Did Claus?
Well, that's good. First of all, Matt, Claus is on the show. What did you admire about Klaus's game? And you, as you said, a brilliant servant to Southampton Football Club.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. You know, as you mentioned, there's not many players who in this day and age are going to play over 400 games for one football club. I mean, I'm guessing it probably puts him in perhaps the top 10 appearance makers at Southampton down the years. So it's just incredible, not just the amount of appearances, but the quality of those appearances, the quality of his defending, not so much the quality in the opposite box, because as we know, Claus wasn't noted for his attacking abilities. Well, he was until he got to the 18-yard box.
Gotcha.
He was really silky, good dribbler of the ball,
yeah.
You know, very comfortable. And then as soon as he got near the 18-yard box to the opponents, he just fell to pieces.
Well, he can't wait to talk. Claus, what are your thoughts on Matt's introduction of you?
I love the honesty. No, he's absolutely right. But I'm incredibly proud of being a Southampton player through and through for nearly 13 years, more than 400 appearances, it's a boyhood dream. Being foreign, being Norwegian, and to achieve what I've achieved, it's incredible. So I'm really proud. But like Matt said, I grew up as an offensive midfielder, a striker actually. So I had abilities, but I have to say he's dead right. I was useless. It's like Gordon Strachan said. It's like a dead body in the box. But I seriously, I think it for me, it was a mental sort of switch, because I went in with sort of my life defending everything I could with my head and everything. But when I went in the opposition box, it just switched off. It wasn't my job. So that's my excuse anyway.
Well, can I just say, as a Saints fan, looking at you on the screen right now, and for anyone listening on the podcast, make sure you come and join us on YouTube, Facebook, or the Saints Book app and the website. It looks like Claus is a proper saint, because if you look at the lighting, he's got the halo above his head, and that is how many Saints fans appreciate you, Claus. Is the saint in the centre back? Oh, he's turned. I don't know.
You want on?
Yeah, look at that. The Saint Claus is with us. Claus, we've got to ask. Are you keeping well? Where are you right now? While we have a chat with you,
I am where it all started, in the little fishing community where I grew up, back with my mum and dad. This is where I spend most of my time, really. Close to my girls.
That's in Bergen, right, Dave?
Yes. And I became a granddad as well 7 months ago. That's fantastic.
Oh,
congratulations.
Congratulations, mate. Nice one.
Thank you very much. And I'm just very privileged and lucky, and being honoured to travel the country speaking to youth, schools, sporting people about my life, about mental health and addiction. And I really love what I'm doing.
Well, that is great to hear, Claus, and it's great to have you on the show. And we are going to have more questions for you as we get into this. Normally on Early Doors, Claus, we have the vault, and we are going to show potentially 50% of your goals early into the show right now, Claus. Can I take you back? What is the significance of Saturday, the 3rd of April, 2004?
Ain't got a clue.
He's not a man for dates. He's not a man for dates.
Absolutely fine.
Dave, that was the date of your first goal, mate.
There you go. Yeah, Molyneux. It only took, was it 5 years?
Yeah, about that. No, bit more. That's 2004.
Yeah.
So
I
you joined.
only needed one away goal and one home goal. So both against Dave Jones, was it? Paul Jones.
Well, listen, it wasn't a quiz question for you, Claus. Please relax into Early Doors. I'm not going to be testing you with any more knowledge. It was more just teeing you up. What a goal it was. Matt, should we have a look back as we get into the vault and look back at that brilliant first goal for Southampton? This is Wolves 1, Southampton 4 in the Premier League clash at Molyneux, and look out for that scorer of the second goal. What a game. What a game at the Molineux. So many questions to get into, Claus, but congratulations. It finally happened. You got that goal after, I'm just working it out, it says 296 appearances for you to finally get that goal on your 250th league appearance for Saints. What a time to get that first goal. And I think the cheer, the loudest cheer on that pitch that day came from you, Claus.
Yeah, it certainly did. I think I was in shock when it happened. And the goal was flicked on, and it was just a reaction. What I remember was obviously scoring the goal, but I looked around, all my teammates was hysterical. And then I thought, the away supporters, Southampton supporters, were all the way at the far end, the opposite end. So I had to run all the way across there to celebrate. But it was now just an unbelievable moment. Obviously, I've taken quite a lot of stick up to then. So it was about you.
I think the important part of that was when Claus said it was like a reaction.
Yeah.
Because if he'd have had time to think about it, he would have missed it.
Okay.
Without any shadow of a doubt. But he had no time to think, and it was just there, bang, in the goal. And my memories of it is obviously I wasn't at the game, but I know exactly where. That's how significant it was. You know, when someone really big dies and you go, I know where I was when they died. Yeah. Well, I know where I was when Claus Lundekvam scored his first goal for Saints. I was in
You were
America.
on the golf course, weren't you?
There you go. I was on a golf course in America at Sawgrass.
Yeah.
Playing golf at Sawgrass, and we had to obviously keep checking the scores on the phone, and it came up that we got our second goal. And then me and my mates just literally fell about laughing when we saw we scored it, because we could not believe that we'd missed it. We'd waited 296 appearances and we haven't seen Klaus's first goal.
Oh, that is
incredible.
Fantastic.
But I think it was amazing that both his goals came against teams that were managed by one of his old managers.
Yeah.
That's the mad thing. Dave Jones must really not like you, Dave.
Dave Jones was manager, both my goals. Paul Jones was only in goal in the first goal.
And I was going to mention Paul Jones. Obviously, you played alongside Paul Jones, Claus. Was it quite nice to score one against the keeper from training, or the one that was behind you telling you where to be, where to stand?
I think it was the worst sort of career highlight for Paul Jones, unfortunately. Conceding a goal from me. But now I was ecstatic, obviously, scoring the first goal for Southampton after so many appearances. But it was really, to score that in the Premier League at Molineux was special, but obviously to have one home goal, even though I was in the Championship against Cardiff, was special as well in front of my own supporters.
Yeah. I bet that was a beautiful moment. Claus, I'm just curious to know what Matt keeps referring to you as Dave. I want to talk to you about nicknames, but why Dave?
It comes from the legendary British comedy Only Fools and Horses.
Oh, okay.
All right, Dave.
Claus immersed himself into our way of life, and that included being a massive fan of Only Fools and Horses.
No way.
And, he just absolutely loved it. So, and he wasn't the sharpest tool in the box, so we ended up calling him Dave.
Well, Claus, that's great. There is another nickname I want to discuss with you quickly. On a recent show, we were talking to Michael Svensson. I believe you remember him. And Michael said your nickname being Silky. So can you tell us a little bit more about this, please?
Obviously, growing up, I had abilities on the ball, and I think, good technical skills was my nickname. Silky came from, along with Dave, which was quite nice.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It was great to have Michael. It was great to have Claus. I feel like we've given him a little bit of stick for the goals, but what a defender he was.
Oh no, absolutely. And as I said, he never panicked. And he always seemed to be in the right place. He was always prepared to stick his body in the way of anything that came into the box. He really was a real rock for Southampton at the back, and he did have that ability. And when he dribbled out with the ball, it was difficult to get the ball off him because he was really quick as well. and strong, like wiry strong. And so with all the ability that he had on the ball, he really should have scored more than 2 goals, if I'm honest. He really should have done, because he had way more ability than just 2 goals in 413 games.
Yeah, but the amount of clean sheets that we had because of Claus in there. 1996 was when you arrived. Take you way back. How did that move come about and end up being centre-back for Southampton?
Well, after 2 very successful years at Brandbergen, I knew there was interest from among Southampton, a few German clubs. But obviously, Graham Souness, Laurie McMenemy came and watched me for the second time in Bergen. And that evening, I signed a contract, my first 3 years for Southampton. I will never forget it. And little fishing market, little restaurant where I signed the first contract. And it was just a boyhood dream coming true, obviously. But being there after my testimonial nearly 13 years later, I could never have sort of believed it myself. But what a journey.
That's great. And how did you find settling into Southampton?
Actually, from day one, I flew over on the Wednesday and I made a debut, Nottingham Forest. Matt saved us that day, one of many times. But I was just thrown straight into it. 3 days, 2 days training, straight into it. I realised 10 minutes into my debut, I was sort of, bloody hell, what I need to improve. It was a shock. It was so fast. It was the intensity and the physicality of the game was just so much faster than I was used to. So I was really wondering if I'll be able to make it, really. So, but I had to improve very quickly, and luckily I did.
So that Nottingham Forest game that you referenced there, Claus, was that the 2-2 and I scored the equaliser in the last minute?
Yeah, that's right.
You had an assist for that goal, though, didn't you?
I know.
You have to watch this goal again. You have to watch this. So the ball gets played out of the area, and it's come to the edge of the box, and Claus is on the edge of the box, and he's shaping up to shoot.
Yeah.
Right? but me, I know Claus. I see. Maybe this isn't his strong point.
Yeah.
So when he's shooting, I'm on my I'm ready for this ball to come my way, because I'm not even in the way of the goal. Right, I'm to the side of the goal. I'm thinking this could come my way, right? So anyway, he mishits his shot. It comes straight to me. Yeah. I touch it and I swivel and turn and knock it in the bottom corner. That's brilliant. Technically, Claus got an assist on his first game for Saints.
That's brilliant.
With a shocking effort of a shot.
That's great.
A great little disguised pass.
Yeah, disguise pass, that's it.
I feel like I'm getting a sense of the banter was pretty high for Claus when he arrived at Southampton, but was he, like he says, straight back into the team? I remember on Early Doors having Joe Tessum, another Norwegian, on a show, who talked about being thrown straight in the deep end. That was the way back then. If you think you've got it, we've paid money for you, we're going to throw you in.
Chuck you in.
Did he look like he had 3 days training, Matt, to go straight into the team?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
great.
He did look like it did. Obviously, he said there that it took a little bit of time, but I have to say he adapted pretty quick, considering the standard of football that he'd come from. And you could see pretty early on that he could play. He was going to be an asset to the team, and he was a great asset in the change room as well, because his sense of humour, his laid back attitude, made him a really, really good teammate.
Oh, that's brilliant. And looking here, Claus, your first season was an incredible one. Here's just some of the things that happened. You beat Man United 6-3. Let's just move past the loss 7-1 at Everton. The Alidia game, and then a miraculous great escape from relegation at the end of the season. That must have been some introduction to English football.
Unbelievable, the first season. I couldn't believe it, really. So many unbelievable games. Beating Man United 6-3 at home was very, very special. I remember Graham Souness was trying a different formation away to Everton, 3 at the back. Obviously, it didn't turn out well.
Yeah,
and
understatement.
yeah, and obviously we had quite a few great escapes, but this was obviously my first one, and I loved the club, the dressing room, my teammates from day one. One of the sort of the proudest things I can hear, I was the adopted Norwegian into being an Englishman in the dressing room. So it was special, very, very special, and that was only year one of my career.
In our last episode for Early Doors, we listened to the commentary of that 6-3, and Egil Osterstad was referred to as the big Norwegian. What did they refer to Klaus then?
I know, yeah.
Dave,
Klaus was
the
about
Norwegian.
4 inches taller than him.
Do you know what? Here's a story. And so it was about maybe a week after that 6-3. I happened to be frequenting with my mum because I was young. The TK Maxx just near the bar gate, and who should be in there? Egil Osterstad, Claus Lundekvam.
No way.
Autograph book came swinging out, and then there it was, signed by Claus Lundekvam, Egil Osterstad. Honestly, big moment.
The Norwegians were looking for a bargin.
Of course
obviously.
they were.
Absolutely.
Frugal, the Norwegians, frugal.
Frugal. I just mentioned it there. You've got many of a account of the Ali Dia story, but I'm just curious for your recollection of that. A player that got subbed on. And then subbed off.
Subbed off.
Who was he subbed on for? It was you, wasn't it, Matt?
Yeah.
And then subbed off again. What, George Ware's distant cousin?
Apparently so.
Yeah. We hardly saw him. He came in and had 1 day training, I think, and it was sort of late preparation for the game, so we didn't do much. But obviously, we had massive expectations of him. Obviously, hearing he was the cousin of George Weah, but what actually went out there was a disaster, and obviously we never saw him again. He disappeared before we came in after the game. So he ran away from the hotel bill and everything. We never ever saw him again. So
wow.
To this
that
day.
was a strange one.
To this day, no one's seen him.
Right. We're having a bit of difficulty finding Chris Marsden. Let's set a challenge. Can we find Ali Dia before we get Chris Marsden on the show? So much to talk about with you, Klaus. First of all, what did you make of this guy? To my left here on Early Doors, Matt Latis. What was he like as a character when you first came to Southampton? Had you heard of the legend that is Matt Latis before you arrived?
Yeah, it was probably the only player I've heard of at Southampton Football Club. And what a player. But I would say, his Matt Latis' talent is probably beyond every player I've played with and against, because his finishing abilities with both feet, his sort of calmness, was unbelievable. And from day one, I saw that in training. That was something very, very special. And to actually run a little bit further and work a little bit harder for him to find the pockets to score the winning goal for us was just a pleasure, really. He's up there with the best, I would say, as a finisher. But also, I'm very honoured to say he's still a very, very good friend.
Oh, that is great to hear. And because you are such good friends, I'm curious if I can push you both for a story on the other person for Early Doors. There's a criteria that is clean and acceptable for Early Doors, please. A fun story that you like to tell about one another.
Matt.
I think my favourite story was we had a guy who was a taxi driver who was like our go-to taxi driver on, like, when we were on nights out. We knew that, this particular chap, I won't name him because he's very shy and he wouldn't want to be named, but he was always on the end of a phone when we needed a taxi, right? And one particular evening, there was an ABBA tribute group playing in the Southampton Guildhall.
Yep.
Right?
I can see Klaus's face.
Now, bear in mind, this is a few years after Klaus has been here now. I think I might have retired. Klaus was still playing. I think. And so we decided we're going to go to this ABBA tribute night at the Southampton Guildhall. But not only were we going to do that, we were going to go the whole hog, and we were fancy dressed up. We did the whole dressing up with the ABBA gear on and everything, right? So it was me, Klaus, and 2 other mates of ours. And so we phoned a taxi to take us up to the Guildhall, our mate. We get the taxi, and the 4 of us pile in the taxi, proper ABBA stuff. Like, the taxi driver starts talking to me, and we're in the taxi for about, 5 or 6 minutes to get to the Guildhall. And the taxi driver, who had spent the last few years driving Klaus around, had no idea that it was Klaus in the back of the car. So good was his ABBA costume. He had the lot. He had the beard. He went the whole hog. And our taxi driver, who'd known him for years, had no idea that it was him.
That's
it was brilliant. We had a fantastic night. We ended up on stage. Not in the Guildhall. We went to Jumping Jacks afterwards. We ended up
singing Dancing Queen.
Go on, Dave.
We sang karaoke, Dancing Queen, the 4 of us.
Yeah, we went down Jumping Jacks on the stage singing karaoke in our ABBA gear.
That's fantastic.
That was a great night. Oh, it was brilliant. Now we had some great times, me and Matt, obviously, as teammates and as good friends off and on the pitch. Matt bought my place down in Ocean Village when I became a dad and moved up to Chandlersford. And a few stories from that place, but we're gonna keep it clean, so I'll leave it there.
What about the last goal at the Dell, Dave? What did that do for you?
Oh, mate, that was special. I still speak about that in my speeches around the country. Because it's such a fairy tale. Obviously, the last official Premier League games against Arsenal at the Dell. And leading up to this game, this was obviously quite early in my Southampton career. I had a lot of bonuses in my contract, and one of them was top 10 finish. And we were 10th. I think we were 10th at that time before the game. And I knew if we won the game, we got 3 points. We will finish top 10 as 10th. And I had quite a large bonus. And I came to Matt. It was either the day before or the same day. And I told Matt, if you win us this game, Matt, I will buy you a case of Malibu and a case of Coca-Cola. Because, as we all know, that's what Matt drinks. And there we go. The fairy tale came through. He came on and scored that cracking finish at the Dell, the last ever goal. And I got my money. And Matt, Monday morning, I was there with a case of Malibu and a case of Coca-Cola.
Absolutely.
Love it.
That was
Love that.
a great memory. Great memory.
I'm just getting through the last bottle now.
I doubt that. I've seen you drink Malibu. No charge. Klaus, honestly, great having you on the show. You mentioned earlier about the testimonial that you had in 2008. That's a wonderful testimonial. What do you remember of that testimonial?
I remember it being very expensive because I had to buy the pitch. What
do you mean you had to buy the pitch?
This is true.
Yeah, it's crazy because I was determined to get Gordon Strachan and Celtic down to play Celtic. Obviously, having him as a manager was a good thing. So Southampton Football Club was not being able to grow the new grass for the new season. There wasn't enough time because of the time scale that Celtic can come down. So the only option I had was to buy the pitch. And was a company, Wembley, I think, which I bought the pitch of. I think I paid 140 grand for it. And that was a big gamble because I needed sort of 13,000 people to break even for the game. So that was quite special. But obviously the emotions of the game, my last game, I was injured at the time, and I knew this was my last outing in front of, all the supporters, my family, and everyone who supported me for 20 years as a professional footballer. That was an incredible moment.
It was. I was on Klaus's committee.
Were you really?
On the testimonial committee, yeah, and it was a bit of a
testimonial
pain trying to get the pitch sorted out, but yeah, we managed to get there, and I came on as a sub.
Yeah,
in
you
Klaus's
do.
testimonial, and I still have a memory from that day I'm really annoyed about because I had a really good chance to score and I missed it.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, very
Was it the
disappointing.
turf by any chance?
yeah, just hit a divot.
I'll keep that receipt, 150. But what I love about that is Klaus is determined to have that testimonial and to have it the way you wanted it, because that brought down a curtain on your Southampton career. It must have been super special then to have that match go ahead and for you to get your send off.
Yeah, that was once in a lifetime experience. It became really important for me to one last time run out in front of the Southampton supporters to say thank you for 12 and a half years. So it was really, really emotional. So many, incredible feelings for that evening.
I spoke to Matt on a previous Early Doors episode, Klaus, and talked about how difficult it is to bring your playing career to an end. How was that for you? Just curious to know.
Well, obviously, in hindsight, looking back today, I've made some bad decisions. I think telling myself that I could sort of let my guard down and sort of enjoy life, travel the world and just let go really was a mistake, because of the feeling, the loss of the dressing room and getting up in the morning and traveling to your mates, the banter, everything. I really missed it, and I dealt really badly with that, and obviously more and more leaning over to alcohol, and all of a sudden I was in a bad way.
Mm. And now it's interesting that you're traveling the country talking about your story. That must kind of replace that in some way, that sadness or that difficult time.
Yeah, I think being through what I went through with drugs and alcohol and prescription drugs for many years, I think being sober and clean today for many years, it's an unbelievable achievement. It's something I'm incredibly proud of, because for me it was a battle of life and death really, and I was so far down that I didn't want to live at all. And today I'm sort of coming through it and being able to, like you said, travel the country and speak about it, and being open and honest about it in my book and in my life in general has really helped me. And it's something that gives me a lot of meaningful perspective of what's important in life, because I had everything you can dream of, but I was really sad and lonely. But to come back from where I was to where I am today, not having much, but having the ability to achieve something with my girls, or being a granddad and experience good times with my family is really priceless, and with a completely different perspective of what I had. So I'm just really honored and grateful for where I am in my life at the moment. And to be honest and open about it it's been to get to a point where you can find a vulnerable side of yourself is really being able to help me in my new life, if that gives any sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely, mate. No, I think a lot of people don't realise just how bad it had got. I think for Claus, he went through some very dark times. He had some good friends around him at the time, and I got to say, from my perspective, Claus, it's brilliant to see you looking so well, because I've seen you looking not quite so well in the past, and I'm really proud of the way that you've turned things around, mate. And I know how tough it's been for you. And it really is great to sit and talk to you now and hear you be so open and honest about everything. And I think if you can pass those experiences that you've had on to other kids and help them in the choices that they make in their life, that'll probably be your biggest achievement, and bigger than anything you ever achieved in football. I really do. And I'm really proud of you, mate.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, mate. That means a lot. And I agree. I just feel so honoured to be able to use my life experience and like yourself, help others, and especially young kids today. It's so much pressure around it. So it gives me a lot of meaning and purpose to do what I do today. But like Matt said, I was down and out but thank you very much.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Claus. And I've got a couple more things to request of your time before we say goodbye to you. And it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on Early Doors, and definitely a fan's favourite. And 2000, I still can't get over that. I had to buy a pitch. My brain can't handle it. Just a couple of quick-fire questions, Claus. Favourite or defender that played alongside you at the Saints?
Yeah, will have to be Michael the Butcher Svensson.
The Butcher?
We don't know who's the hitman.
Killer,
yeah.
Yeah. How far behind would Dean Richards have been in terms of a centre-back partner, Dave?
Not far at all. I love Dean as a human being, rest in peace, and also as a player. He was a really talented centre-half. And I think we fulfilled each other really well. So Dean Richards was, in quality, probably the best centre-half I've played alongside, but me and Michael had a special relationship.
Yeah.
And you played with so many managers too, under their leadership. Which ones stand out for you?
Oh, it's quite... I think I had 9 or 10 managers while I was there. Some caretaker managers, but... Obviously, 2 top 10 finishes and a FA Cup final under Gordon Strachan was probably in my career was my best career in my footballing playing days.
Wow, top stuff. Thank you very much for this quickfire question. Claus, you won't have know who this is, but because he's never really here, it's Rocket. He sort of produces the show, sort of, you'd say, Matt.
Yeah, sometimes when he can be bothered to turn up.
Yeah, and he normally has a game of opinions, and he's left it for me here to read to you as a quick question for this. So, Claus is obviously the best defender Southampton ever had! ! But in honour of him being on, we'd like to know who, in your opinion, is the best other defender to ever play for the club.
Well, there's quite a few, but that's very difficult for me to answer because there were so many big names before my career.
Or just use it in your career then.
Well, obviously you have to remember Gareth Bale started as a defender, left back with us.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Wayne Bridge was an unbelievable England defender. But obviously, players like Franny Benali and Jason Dodd are true sort of club heroes and unbelievable commitment for the club. Fantastic players. But obviously, Dean Richards and Michael Svensson stands out for in my sort of spell at the club. And you sort of form relationships that you remember and you stand really strong with. So Michael Dean Richards is the two I would sort of. But there's been many. There's been many.
Klaus, fantastic answer for Game of Opinions. An absolute legend. Ladies and gentlemen, Claus Lundekvam. So good to have you on Early Doors. Right, we're going to take a swift break. When we come back, we'll have Taken on Latis.
I see the battleground before me. They called me weak. They underestimated my will, my skill, my rage. But today I rise. I show no mercy. I will crush them all!
Chill, Mum. It's mini-golf.
Unleash your competitive side at level 1 with mini-golf, climbing walls, high ropes, racing sims and so much more. Book today at level1.co.uk. Game on.
Welcome back to Early Doors, and the moment we've all been waiting for. I didn't mention it at the top of the show because there's no need. We all tune in to see Taking on Latis. This is currently 5-3 to the fans. 5-3 to the fans, but you have won the last two in a row, Matt.
I've got momentum.
Yes, you have got momentum on your side, but is this question going to be the one for you this week?
You tell me.
I am going to tell you the question in just a second. That's how it works. But I need to get the whistle ready because you will have 30 seconds to give me as many answers as you possibly can.
Okay.
Or will you? Because this week, the question's a little bit different.
Why have you got the whistle? That's normally Rocket's job.
Well, Rocket, as we already have established, is not here because he can't do 3 episodes in a row. But there you go. Let's not dwell on it too much, but he's still invoicing.
Okay.
So here we go. Let's get to it. I'll ask you the question and you'll have 30 seconds. Now, bit different, a twist.
Ooh.
Here's the format today. We're giving you 30 seconds to think of 2 Southampton players. Two Southampton players, past or present, who scored a combined total of 50 goals exactly. 2 players, combined total of 50 goals exactly. Basically, get as close to 50 total as you possibly can from both of their goals altogether, all right? You need to name 2 players. Whoever gets closest to 50 goals for Southampton wins Taking on Latis for this week. You have 30 seconds to think about it. Then I need your final answer. Do you understand, Matt?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Is this all goals, all competitions?
I knew you were going to ask that. Yes, all goals, all competitions, a combined total of 50 goals. Your time starts.
Okay, so I just really need to find somebody who scored 49 goals for the club and then say Franny. That's basically what this quiz is all about. Who scored 49 goals for Saints? Who would have scored 49 goals? Pete's got way more than that. Marion. How many goals did Marion?
25 seconds.
4,
3, 2.
I'm going for Marion Pahars, Oriel
No,
Romeo.
hang on. Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
I need to stop the clock. Like, we haven't got Rocket here.
Oh,
This
I
is
thought
why
I
he's
had to give
employed.
you my answer within 30 seconds. I
Not
panicked
within.
then.
You've had 30 seconds thinking time. Who are your 2 players, please?
I'm going for Marion Pahars and Oriel Romeo.
It's a good shout. Well, how many do you reckon Marion got? Like 45?
I think about 40 something.
Okay, and then add that to the 8.
8 that Oriel got. I'm thinking that's not far away.
Okay, well, it's time now. While we total that score up that you've given us, Matt, let's find out how the fans got on.
Okay.
We're taking on the Latis.
God, this is a difficult one, actually, isn't it?
I think Danny Ings got 35.
So Danny Ings,
So
then we need
50.
something about 70 odd, don't we?
It's a 50 total.
No, that's 50.
Yeah, 15. Who
Lallana? Maybe Adam Lallana?
I don't know if he's got more than that. Overall, he came back. 15 seconds.
I'm going to go Steve Williams and Kevin Keegan.
Yeah?
Yeah, old school. Gonna go old school.
Okay, we'll stop it there. So who's your final answer?
Steve Williams and Kevin Keegan.
Steve Williams and Kevin Keegan.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Good shout, but what's the final score on those? Well, I can tell you, Matt. Can you also give us an indication who Steve Williams and Kevin Keegan is, please? Or who they are?
Well, I know Steve very well because I roomed with him when he came back to Saints for a little trial after he'd left.
Yeah.
I was a young lad and we roomed on a pre-season trip up in Scotland and I had lunch with him a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Actually. And Kevin Keegan, obviously, was just a bit before my time at Saints, 4 years before my time.
Yeah.
But again, I know Kevin and spent a bit of time with him.
What a player Kevin Keegan was. The player of the year, the world player of the year twice, wasn't it? Or European player?
European player of the year, yeah.
Twice, and then, hey, ends up at Southampton. It can happen. Now, Steve Williams, just to give you a bit of backstory on there, he may have come back for a trial. He'd scored 27 total goals, Matthew. And Kevin Keegan scored 42 total goals for Southampton.
Did he?
That gives a combined total of 69. Now, you gave your answers as Aurier Romeo, who we know has scored 8 total goals for Saints. But the question is, how many did Mario Bahar score? He scored a total of 45. So you do the maths, that's 53 versus 69.
Not bad.
Congratulations, Latis!
Come on!
He's so happy.
We're back in it.
That makes it a 5-4. That's pretty epic.
He went proper old school there, didn't he?
Yeah, out of nowhere. Let's go with Danny Ings. Steve Williams. It's a proper darts moment, wasn't it? Fantastic. But top stuff there.
Wow.
There you go, Matt. Well, as we go into a break now, before we'll be back for another edition of Early Doors, that must feel good. 5-4. Still behind, but still with a chance.
But it sounds so much better than 5-1, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm buzzing.
No, well, congratulations, Matt. That's well done to you. It's brilliant. What a great show. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you have as well. Claus Lundekvam, what a guest to have on Early Doors. More of that, please. And if you're watching on YouTube, on Facebook, or the Saints website, or the app, stick around, because you don't want to miss my pain and misery as I take on Matt in the Level 1 Challenge. And if you're listening to us elsewhere, then make sure you do go on to those aforementioned places so you can see us in vision, because Matt looks stunning. I don't know what it is. You said it's not the new moisturiser, but looking great. Maybe it's the hoodie that you've been wearing, Matt. I don't know what it is, but keep it up. And do you know what? I thoroughly enjoy the shirt. I might just keep wearing.
I think you should keep wearing that shirt. It suits you.
No, thank you very much.
Sets off your eyes nicely.
Oh, here we go. There we go. What a great way to end the show. Thank you very much. We'll be
Open
back.
brackets.
You don't mean it? I think that's what you're trying to explain. Right, for the end of this Early Doors, it's been so much fun. We'll catch up with you in a couple of weeks. Until then, up the Saints! All right, Matt, you're the golf expert. What are we doing here in mini golf?
Right, we're going to play 3 holes.
Yep.
1 shot on each hole.
Yeah.
Person with the most points at the end is the winner.
Oh, I'm not worried about this at all, because I always score high in golf.
Yeah, but the idea is to score low in golf, normally.
Yeah, I knew that. Anyway, do you want to break first? Oh, tee off. Do you want to tee off first? Talk me through your tactics
the
here,
strategy, Matt. Tom, you've got choices here. You've got choices.
Yeah.
You can go straight for the 60, straight up there, pretty simple. You can go for the 50 there, but there is a little scoring area down here as well, 30, 80, 40, 70, and the big jackpot is right at the end with the 100. But if you miss the 100,
sure, you're
looking at only 20 points. I'm going to play it safe to start with, and I'm going to try and go for the 60. Oh!
But he's got a 70.
I've got the 70. Bonus. You're up, Tom. You're going to go for the 100, aren't you?
Yeah.
And he's got it! Oh, no, he hasn't! How did that miss the 100? You've got to hit it hard up the ramp.
Yeah.
30 points if you get it in this bit. So it's a pretty decent hit.
40.
Not bad.
What am I on now? Am I still? I'm not even level with you, am I?
This goes in the 100.
Yeah.
You're in big trouble.
Big trouble. Luckily.
Just the 60 for me.
It's all on the last hole. Right. Talk me through loop de loop, please.
Well, now you're going to need 100.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first on this one as well, or do you want me to?
No, I think alternate. Yeah. But what happens? What do you need to score to secure a victory?
Well, basically, I am 70 points ahead already. So anything over 30, and you are toast. Oh, how's that missed? But sadly for you, it has gone in the 60.
Okay.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
You have 2 goes and see if you can catch up.
No.
I'll give you 2
I don't want your pity now. I've had a lovely day out at level 1.
Yeah,
I don't need to end on sour
we do have
sour
a
grape.
handicap system in golf.
That was just
and that has just shown just exactly what handicap you should be. So you're going to have 60 points for that one. So we'll give you one more go.
If I get the 100, that's it.
Because that was horrific.
Still lost.
50.
Loop de loop. Loop de. I've gone mad now with annoyance of that. Thanks, Matt.
Loop de loser. Bad luck, mate.
Hey,
Good effort. Good
I
effort.
enjoyed it. I just don't like losing.
Well, you know, we only had time for 3 holes today, but there is an amazing 9 holes here at level 1, so plenty more fun to be had.
Just out of curiosity, why is it always 9 holes or 18 holes with golf, Matt?
Well, actually, very interesting story behind that. In 1764.
Forget about it. I'm just going to go and wallow in my misery. Hit a bit, Matt.